Hey guys, Scott from Aristocob.com here.
And Seth from Markwood Men's Breakfast Club.
And together, the three of us, we are Markwood Men's Breakfast Club. Welcome, and welcome, boy.
Howdy.
And welcome to the people that are just beyond this wall right here in this hotel.
They are going to love us.
Yeah, once again, we're doing this show from the road. I am at the Tropicana in Atlantic Beach, New Jersey, right on the beach. And have I stepped out of the hotel into the beach? No.
That's a shame. And I am at my house.
Yeah, I was thinking about that. What would the 10-year-old Scott say to the almost 52-year-old Scott if he could walk in that door right now and know that we are just outside of the hotel is the ocean and we haven't even stepped outside?
He probably would say, good call on picking the air conditioning because it is hot out there.
Yeah, 10-year-old Scott would probably say, is Gilligan's Island
right.
on?
That's right. Is American Bandstand on?
Dude, Soul Train with Don Cornelius. Don't be fronting. Anyway, yeah. So just finally wrapping up this series of travel. Thank goodness I did my last class today, and tomorrow I get to go home.
Cool.
Yay!
Yay!
Yeah, we're recording this Tuesday night, so you're seeing this as I'm.
I was going to ask, do you get to go home Wednesday or you get to go home Thursday?
I get to come home on Wednesday.
Sweet.
So actually, I was hoping to be able to connect up.
Welcome home.
Thank you. So I'm able to connect up with Dion Powell. He contacted me via Instagram after he saw that I posted a picture of a postcard from Atlantic City, and unfortunately, yesterday I got completely sidetracked and wasn't able to go out to dinner or hang out with any of my coworkers. Which is kind of, one of the great things about being together with people from my company is they're in training all day, and then at night we kind of get to, cut loose a little bit. And yesterday, I arrived here on Sunday night after arriving home from Vegas on Saturday, flew to Baltimore, rented a car, drove from Baltimore to here, which was a couple-hour drive. As I'm getting everything checked in and getting ready to go to bed, I realized I didn't bring my shaving kit with me. And when I say I didn't bring my shaving kit, I mean no razor, no shaving cream, no toothbrush, no toothpaste, no dental floss, no hair gel. That's a problem. And almost as bad as the no hair gel, none of my high blood pressure medicine.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I talked to my wife the next morning, Monday morning, and I said, well, maybe you can next day air the stuff out to me. And to her credit, she said, well, I can do that, but it's going to arrive to you sometime on Tuesday. So basically, you're going to miss 2 days worth of medication.
Anyway.
Why don't you just run to the drugstore and get an emergency refill? So I said, all right, I'll make a note of getting over to CVS. So I made a note on my phone after class on Monday to run over to CVS. I was kind of surprised because I first was introduced to CVS when we lived in Boston. So to me, in my mind, CVS is kind of an East Coast thing, but it was actually relatively far away from where I'm staying. So I made my way, yeah, CVS. So I make my way over yesterday after class, missing dinner and missing a cruise. Great. Make my way to CVS, kind of a sketchy neighborhood, park the rental car, go inside. I'm standing in line when it suddenly hits me. I don't get my medicine from CVS anymore. I get it from Walgreens. So then I go back out to my car, I punch it into Waze, and sure enough, it is on the opposite side of the world, about 15 miles away. And so I trek over and get that. And then the problem was I just refilled my medicine last week. So they're wondering, we just refilled this. Why are you asking for a refill? So that became this big ordeal with my insurance company and blah, blah, blah. But anyway, got that taken care of. And it was surprising to me that going just maybe 18 hours without my medicine, I was already starting to feel it.
Really?
And I was having to be very conscious of the fact that I was starting to get really severely irritable. And so anyway, everything's good. But because of that, I had to miss hanging out with my bro workers yesterday. and I had to pass on spending time with Dion tonight. So,
Bummer.
yeah, some other time. And Dion, if you're watching, some other time. Maybe we'll meet up in Nashville. I don't know if that's going to happen or not, but it could.
Could. Pardon me.
Yep.
It's weird looking at your face filming one of these.
Yeah.
I mean, in general, it's weird looking at your face.
You're used to looking at this?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I know. I know.
Yeah.
By the way, I'm going to open a beverage here. I've got some Boylan bottling cream soda with cane sugar. Hold on, got to get out the pocket monkey.
Is that a pretentious E on that cream?
Oh yeah,
cream.
No, cream when it doesn't contain actual dairy is spelled CREME. Cream. Pocket monkey time. Stop. Monkey time.
For those of you interested, currently I am vaping 10th Planet Pocket Aces. Can be purchased from 10thplanetjuice.com.
Hit? Hit? H-I-T?
10th. 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 This is a 50-50 PGVG at 3 milligrams nicotine strength. This was gifted to me by my neighbor. It's really, really good. It's tastes kind of like an apple pie. It's very cinnamony, but very sweet.
Well, I'm staying right upstairs above the casino. So my plan is, after recording, calling your mama, saying goodnight, and I'm going to step downstairs and smoke my pipe.
Cool.
I will tell you something that's kind of bizarre this morning. I did a little deja vu. I'm coming down an escalator, and basically you had, from the hotel, I have to go down. I'm on the 51st floor, which is the first floor of my tower that I'm in, the first floor that contains rooms. Below that, all the floor or the area below is a parking deck. Mm-hmm. So you go down, and then you go to the casino level. Hotels at casinos always dump you out on the casino level. Yeah. Then I have to take an escalator down, and then I have to take an escalator up to get to the business center and the conference rooms and things. So I'm traveling around trying to find my way around this morning, and I'm having this really serious deja vu about being in Vegas last week. And then somebody walks past me with a boogie board, and it snapped me right back to Atlantic City.
Yeah.
Bizarre. So we were talking just before we started recording, and Boy and I both had the same topic we wanted to talk about today.
Yes, we did.
So let's talk about spinach. No, wait, actually, it wasn't spinach.
I was going to talk about what's your position on eating raw cookie dough?
I have absolutely no stated position.
Pro or against?
I don't state my position on eating raw cookie dough, but if you could just hand me a little bit of that.
We'd see.
Is that raw cookie dough from Papa Murphy's, or where'd you get it?
Papa Murphy's? What is Papa Murphy's?
Papa Murphy's Take and Bake Pizza?
I've never had a Papa Murphy's pizza.
Seriously?
Huh. As much as you've talked about it.
There's a location over off of Battleground.
I know. You know how often I go down that side of Battleground? As often.
At my parents' home in Denver, far more often they're buying tubs of unbaked cookie dough, and it rarely ever gets baked. And they make theirs without egg, so that's really? not a risky thing. Yeah.
I like to live on the edge.
Yeah, on the egg.
Mm. This is great value.
Okay, Walmart.
So that means Walmart, which means this has the salmonella. It's got salmonella all up in here.
Yeah, it's salmonella at Sam's.
Do not consume raw cookie dough.
That's just a general statement that has nothing to do with that package.
Okay. Well, as long as they're talking in generalities.
Yeah, it's like chewing gum wrappers that say retain foil to place gum in after use.
Right.
You ever notice that?
No.
All right, so to get to our point.
My wife bakes the cookies.
Both Boy and I, in the last several days, independent of one another, have downloaded the social networking app, Beme. And in fact, I talked about it just the other day on the Aristocob channel as I was driving in from Baltimore. And basically, if you don't know about it, Beme is a project from a guy named Casey Neistat. And Casey, he kind of is a famous videographer. There's the app. A famous videographer who, probably 2 years ago, did a video where he got a ticket because he was driving outside of or riding outside of the bike lane in New York City where he lives. And he's arguing with the police officer that, look, I mean, there's so many obstructions, there's so many problems, so many people in the bike lane. Cop says, hey, it doesn't matter, buddy. You were not in the bike lane. That's the law. He writes him a ticket. So Casey mounts some GoPros and things on his camera, on his bike and on himself. And for, I don't know, a couple days, he never veers from the bike lane. And the video is of him riding right through barricades of construction, riding right into taxi cab doors. And at one point, he runs into a cop car that's parked in the bike lane. And that video kind of went viral. He's got a wonderful eye for videography, and I love watching. He has a daily vlog. Just posted episode 124 this morning. So 125 tomorrow.
On his, I believe it's his 33rd birthday, he decided to challenge himself and do 100 videos, 100 movies in 100 days. And that started his vlog. And he just, it became hugely popular because they're very good. They're very clever. Yeah. And it was coincidentally timed with the inception of and release of this company, this app, Beme. So his blog built up a whole ton of buzz that has now been released with this app. But
so how long have you had the app? And what about the app attracted you to it?
I got the app about 10 minutes before we started filming.
Oh, today?
Yeah.
Oh, gosh. I didn't realize that you just did that.
Yeah. So one of the things that drew me towards it is I knew that we would probably want to talk about it. So I am a huge fan of Casey's vlog. It's always interesting, even when he's doing, very mundane things. But a lot of what he does a lot of, I would say, hacking of things. He takes items, technology, just things apart. He's one of those people that is artistically destructive. So he doesn't like for things to be the way they come standard. He likes to personalize them, and he does it destructively. So I caught a video the other day of him opening a brand new MacBook, and one of the way that he opens every box, every yabo,
punches, stabs him with his knife, rips him,
cuts right through. So his MacBook, brand new, it's a $3,000 computer, slices the top of the box open with his knife, and there's a huge gash from the knife on the top of his MacBook. And people just had a conniption online. And so his next video, he said, I got a lot of complaints yesterday about people being concerned about the knife mark on my MacBook. If you didn't like that, go ahead and leave now. And he takes a Dremel and etches his name and address into the side of the laptop. And so a lot of the videos contain things like that. He shows how to.
Did you see him with his Google glasses?
He did Google glasses. He bought a pair of Google glasses.
He likes those.
Ray-Bans.
What are those glasses? Ray-Bans. He likes Ray-Bans, and so he modded out the Ray-Ban and basically totally disassembled the Google Glass and incorporated it into Ray-Bans.
And the Ray-Bans. He doesn't like to have the logo on, so the very first thing he does when he buys a $150 pair of glasses is he scratches off the Ray-Ban logo.
And scuffs everything up.
He spray paints his and scuffs it up. He bought an Apple Watch, but he wanted the gold Apple Watch. So one of his videos is him buying the cheapy Apple Watch, the cheap $400 Apple Watch, and spray painting it gold. He does a lot of stuff like that. Anyway, I find him just fascinating. I really enjoy watching his videos and his vlog. And so he launched this app. He had talked about it a lot. Finding out what it actually is and how it works. He talks about it in very lofty terms because he is a creative personality and he wants it to be something that encourages people to be creative. And so hearing what it actually is and what it does was a little disappointing.
Right.
And so the app is it's Snapchat for videos. The videos are 4 seconds long, no more or no less. You can make a string of 4 second long videos, but there's a gap in between them. And once a user watches a video, that user cannot watch the video again.
It's gone.
You can watch it, so you can watch the video one time. Now it's unlike Snapchat where you're sending individual videos or pictures to other people. It goes onto a social feed. So if I'm following Aristocob, any video he posts I can watch, but I can watch it one time.
Mm-hmm. And you can't really comment on it, but you can basically take a selfie of yourself reacting to it.
Yeah, let's come back to that in a minute.
It's kind of odd.
Let's come back to because that's a. I use the app all the 5 minutes and I have a couple complaints.
Okay.
But the other thing that's unique is, as Casey puts it, they wanted to create something that encourages you to continue to live your life while sharing your life, while sharing video of your life. And so he said in his blog, many people that take video and are sharing things via social media, they look at life through a lens because they're looking at the picture of the thing that they're recording.
Right.
Beme discourages that. What you're recording doesn't even show up on the screen, and it's activated by the little light sensor on the top of your phone. So in order to start recording, by their encouragement, you hold the phone to your chest or to your chin. Or to your forehead, or you can just put your thumb over top of that. If you put your finger there, you can take selfie video, which kind of
put it against a wall. Yeah.
And so, that's a unique catch to it. So you can just walk around recording things. You could do that with any other recording app, but it discourages that because there's no way to view it anyway.
So if you roll it back to what Beme actually stands for, it's Beme. And you can see that on the counter at the very top. It tells you how many people have been you. So how many people have seen the world from your eyes.
Yeah.
So why they continue to call it Beme, I don't know, but it's really Beme. But, I'm not sure what to think of it yet either, and what can you share in 4 seconds. I think, and as I think about, well, what would I want to watch? What I would want to watch is, it may not be something that happens every day for you, but there will be times in your week where you're going to be experiencing something cool. And I would love to see a few seconds of that. So maybe, I think for myself, maybe it's walking through the lighted musical tunnel that runs underneath the terminals in Detroit. Or, I may want to share some things with my grandsons of some of the grandeur that is the coastline here. Stuff like that. But if it's really important to me, I'm probably just going to record a video.
Right.
And not use Beme.
Right, or shoot an Instagram.
Yeah, so I'm a little concerned about in its current form, that is it going to succeed? I don't know.
Well, one of the things that they talk about in one of their encouragements is they want to try to build a community of creativeness, and so they are slow releasing what do they call them? Access codes to people via different methods. You can follow Casey on Twitter, and he's releasing some there. He's releasing some in some of his more recent vlogs. And then any user has a certain number of access codes that they can share with other people.
Right. Really and currently, it's an Apple operating system app that you can download for free, but you can't use it yet. It just gives you a countdown timer to when they're going to activate you, or someone can give you the code.
It's like 100 days.
100 days.
Yeah. But the reason why they've given everyone beta access codes is because they want people to invite other people to increase the user base. And if you've invited someone, you immediately are a follower of them. You're immediately connected to them. Now, one thing it does really well, and what I really like about it, is it does the people you might know that Facebook does, but I like it better. So I don't know if you can see. It shows friend of a friend. Here is a far away stranger. Friend of a friend. This is an interesting stranger. And so it recommends people, kind of like Twitter does, people you should be following, but it does it in a pretty clever way. But here's my problem with it. First of all, there aren't really real instructions. When you open it up, it doesn't tell you what to do. There are two pop-up things that if you move your hand too quickly, disappear without being able to read them. That's what happened for me. Now, I've watched Casey. I've seen stuff about it. So I have some idea of how this works. So, and one of the people that you automatically shows up in your feed, you're not automatically following him, is Casey, the creator. So, and maybe you know more than I do, but to play back a video, you have to be touching the video.
And holding it down.
It down. This is super obnoxious because, so let's watch Casey's video.
Just slide your finger down.
Somebody with really big hands has a hard time doing that. And then, how do you take a picture?
Okay, you tap on the screen. Tap on the upper right-hand corner. Tap on it.
With what?
Your finger. Your other hand.
If I remove this finger...
Don't remove that hand. You have another hand, don't you?
If I remove this finger... If I remove this finger,
if you have two hands, you use your other hand.
If you're holding a baby while you're playing with the app,
then you can't do
that. So,
you tap it with your baby.
So you have to you use your finger to start playing, and then you have to tap a button to send a reaction. But if you started playing it with this hand...
Right, with the wrong
hand. Then you're going across the screen and you can't see the 4-second video.
I know.
So they've got this cool thing built in where you can send, instead of sending comments, instead of posting comments to something, you can post a picture reaction. So I would click the button, and it's a picture of me watching your video.
Right.
And then you get to see the picture of me enjoying your video.
Right, which I imagine is going to be, in very short order, a venue for dick pics.
Oh, I've already sent like 4.
How long have you had the app again?
10 minutes. And I don't appreciate your very accurate description of short order, okay? mywieneryourmouth.com. Visit it and you won't be disappointed. You might be. So that to me, there aren't instructions on how to send the pictures. So all of a sudden, you've got your finger in the middle of the screen. You're trying to see the video. You move your finger, and it says, this video has been permanently deleted. Like, well, crap. So one of your videos, I got to see the first 2 seconds of it. I removed my finger.
Well, you saw half of the video.
Well, no, because if you hold down if you continue to record, it takes 4 seconds, 4 seconds, 4 seconds. So you can make longer videos.
Right.
They are just done in 4-second chunks. Bloop, bloop,
yeah,
bloop,
connected.
Bloop,
right.
Bloop. And then I was watching the second video of yours on the stream, and I couldn't figure out. You're holding it up, and all of a sudden there's a thing to capture your face. So you're seeing your face while you're watching the video, But I had that moment of, how am I supposed to do this? Because if I let go, it deletes the video forever.
Right.
But I'm supposed to press this button here?
Yes.
It's not intuitive, and there weren't instructions. That bothered me on both fronts.
Well, Casey announced last week that this week they'd be releasing the perfected version of it. So maybe there'll be an improved version that'll have some of those things worked out. But who knows? Yeah, I mean, I like I said, for me, I don't know. One of the things that Casey wanted from this is he wanted to be real. He didn't want people to be spending a lot of time primping for it. Did you see any of the videos from VidCon?
A couple, yeah.
Okay, VidCon, video convention. It was out in Vegas. Mostly a bunch of YouTubers. And every video you see is this. Hey, we're here at VidCon, and people holding their phones out. I mean, talk about narcissism. I mean, big-time narcissism.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't want to go there. No way would I want to go to VidCon if that's all that you're getting exposed to. You know, maybe to be able to see some people on the stage talking. Casey talked, I think, for 8 minutes.
7 minutes.
Like, that's nuts.
Why?
And he was a keynote speaker.
Yeah, but I'm sure they had a bunch of keynote speakers.
This is the YouTube world, right, where everybody's got, that much
I mean,
of an attention span.
A lot of TED Talks are done that way, too.
Yeah.
That's not an uncommon format. But think about going to the pipe show, right? Think about going to a YouTuber hangout. That happens. But I'm sure that at VidCon, it happens maybe a little bit more frequently than at a pipe show. But
a lot more frequently.
But that's how they make their money. So
I know.
If it's your job, it's not so bad spending 2 hours of your day with a camera in your face.
Yeah, but I saw they showed Casey on his vlog off in a hotel room with his buddies kind of hanging out.
Flying
and
drones.
I think for the most part, they're probably not doing that, probably not recording.
Yeah.
But then they probably all agree that, okay, now's the time we can record. Because the moment Casey starts recording again, everybody's got their phones out, their cameras out. So.
Yeah, but that's also when the funny things were happening too. That was when they were flying
a
helicopter. So everybody's going to want to put that on their channel because that's something interesting. It's going to get them views. Same thing if we were all together sitting around the you and me, Boontar, Jay, sitting around about to do something stupid. We're going to pull out the cameras and start recording because it's something stupid. Speaking
of stupid, did you see Rhett and Link's new World's Most Complicated Coffee Order?
No.
Video?
No. Is it a song?
No, it's not a song, and it's very similar to their most complicated game that they did. Did you see that?
No.
What did they call it? Oh, shoot. It was a game kind of like Dungeons and Dragons.
Uh-huh.
And they were basically running through the rules of the game. And that's very funny. You would like that, being the kind of guy you are.
Yeah. That sounds like me.
Yes, it does. It really does. So anyway, check out Beme if you hadn't seen it. Now, I do have a question for you.
Yeah.
That I would like you to contemplate. What if, through maybe no fault of your own, suddenly everybody in the world became frozen for 24 hours and 4 seconds? Everybody but you is completely still, so it's like time just stands still. What would you do for 24 hours?
What if it was through fault of my own? Because that seems more likely.
That could be.
Do I need to answer now?
I don't know. What do you think?
I can tell you. Let's answer that next week. Let's not forget to answer that next week.
Okay, that's a good question. And it's a good question for everybody else to think about. And, how would you answer that question? So you got 24 hours and 4 seconds where everybody in the world is completely frozen. And you can move about at will. Let's see. The name of that video is The Most Complicated Board Game Ever.
Okay.
So, and now the most complicated coffee order. is the other one you need to watch.
So real quick, because we're running long on time, but I want to show this off before I can't show it off.
Oh, that reminds me. I have a couple Yabos I still need to get to. I didn't bring them with me.
Okay, cool.
I'll get to them. Dota, big time. Sorry.
All right, real quick. This is something that I found incredibly useful. I know you have your own version of this, but I saw a review of this online and got one for my my expedition, and I just picked one up for my work truck. This is an IoT car camera, cell phone holder, a dashboard holder, and there are a couple of things I really like about this one. So here's the cell phone holdy part. It's got these wings that you can clip to open it, but then there's a button here that snaps them shut.
Okay.
So it makes operating it with one hand, getting your cell phone in there, really easy. The arm on this is incredibly adjustable. Not only is it adjustable by height, but by length as well. So it's got a huge throw arm. But the reason why I need to show this off now, and the reason why I had to buy a second one for my work truck, because I don't drive my my
personal
home truck vehicle all that much, is the suction cup. The suction cup is usually one of the most disappointing points of failure on these. They fall off. They're terrible. This suction cup is a rinseable, washable, sticky suction cup.
Oh, okay.
So it's got that sticky tack feel.
Yeah, so it's going to stick whether it's suctioning or not.
That's right. So you pop it on there, and it's sticky, and then it's got a little pull lever here to suck it up. I tried for about 5 minutes to remove the other one off of my truck window. I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. And I was afraid that if I kept pulling on it, I was going to break it. It wouldn't come off. Still hasn't come off. It's been awesome. And so I was like, well, it's $20. A little bit less than $20 on Amazon. I've been so impressed by it, and especially when I couldn't even get the suction cup off, even if I wanted to, that I went ahead and picked another one up. So I wanted to show this off now because I'm going to throw this on my truck in the morning. I'm never going to be able to take it off. So,
all right, cool.
IoT. There'll be a link in the place, but if you need one of these, this is a good brand. And it's not broken. I've had other ones that haven't been great. I know you use the I
use the fast cap Rhino mount. Yeah, and the speed mount that goes onto that to quickly mount and dismount my phone, and I'm using it right now. It's currently suctioned to the TV here in my hotel room. Awesome. Here, I'll pull this off. See?
Awesome. Yeah.
Yep. Quickly mount and dismount my phone from it. Easy.
The only thing I don't like about that is it doesn't give you the same distance away from the window.
Yeah, yours being telescopic is kind of a neat feature.
Yeah.
Pretty cool. Yeah. One other thing I'll mention, and maybe next week we can talk about it too, I just bought yet another Roku device.
Did you get the Roku stick?
No, I got the Roku 3.
Oh.
I'm tempted by the Roku stick, but our original Roku that we've had forever, and it was like the first generation Roku, has finally given up the ghost, or at least it's to the point now where it's driving your mom nuts.
It's slow.
And so I bought the Roku 3 to go downstairs for her to play with.
Right.
We have a Roku in our bedroom, and I'm thinking about picking up the stick to travel with. No? I mean, I have a Chromecast.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's hard. It can be hard to get onto the internet with those things, and hotel internet is just going to kick you off periodically anyway. So it ends up being more frustrating than not. And the Roku stick is great, but it doesn't have the same processing power, so it's slower.
That was the final decision maker for me. Now, it's probably as good, maybe even better than the original Roku that we own.
Yeah, probably.
But looking at the comparison on the website, they have side-by-side of all the units they sell. Might as well do the Roku 3 and stick with it.
Well, and the Roku 3 would be great for the bedroom because it's got the headphone feature.
Yeah, that's true, and it also has voice activated. So again, your mother
defeats the
who's
headphone feature.
your mother who's not all that tech savvy can say Gordon Ramsay, and it's going to pull up whatever Gordon Ramsay shows are available. So
Yeah,
anyway,
I like
which
that.
she often says in her sleep. So again,
Yeah.
it's not a good one to have in the bedroom.
Yeah, I understand that. I like that mental picture though. You know, that it's the remote. If you don't know, the remote on that one has a headphone jack.
Right.
So as soon as you plug headphones into it, it shuts off the TV volume, so you can listen. Keep the remote next to you, and you can listen to the TV through
Yep.
your headphones. So it's good for a bedroom when someone might be sleeping. Well, I like the mental image of you using that, and then using the voice control with them laying next
So
to you.
there's absolutely
That's
no
right.
noise in the house, and suddenly
Gordon Ramsay.
Lord of the Flies.
That's right. All right, we have gone way too long,
Yeah, I know.
so let's get out of here.
It's just nice talking to you, boy.
Yeah, me too.
One of these days we got to get together in the same room.
Yeah,
I miss seeing you.
side by side.
Yeah, that's a great idea. All right, we'll do that again real soon. In the meantime, folks, make it a great day, and we'll see you again soon.
Bye, guys.
See you, boy.